Welcome to the Gold IRA Blueprint podcast, where we help you navigate gold IRAs and, all that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we know you're looking for ways to secure your retirement wealth, especially with all the market volatility these days,
It's
and
a top concern.
it is.
Yeah.
So in this deep dive, we're going to unpack gold IRAs, what they are, how they work, and why they might be a good fit for you.
We'll also address some myths and misconceptions around gold IRAs.
Oh, okay, good. And give you some advice on choosing the right provider.
Absolutely.
And if you're ready to get started, you can grab our free checklist at goldirablueprint.com/exclusive.
It's packed with tips.
Yeah, it's really good.
Mhm.
So one thing we hear a lot about is portfolio diversification. Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Right.
What does that actually mean for retirees?
It's a great analogy, and it's so important for retirees who rely on their savings to last through their golden years. Putting all your money into traditional assets like stocks and bonds can be risky.
Oh, yeah.
If the market takes a downturn, your retirement nest egg could take a big hit.
So diversifying is like having a backup plan.
Precisely. It's about spreading your risk, and gold IRAs can really help with that.
Okay, gold IRAs. So that's where things get interesting. What are those exactly?
So a gold IRA is a self-directed retirement account that allows you to hold physical gold,
Like actual gold.
actual tangible gold instead of paper assets.
Wow. So instead of investing in companies, you're investing in something real gold. But isn't that only for the super wealthy?
That's a misconception. You don't have to be a millionaire to invest in a gold IRA. You can actually get started with as little as $5,000.
Okay, that's good to know. What about gold being too volatile? I mean, we always hear about gold prices going up and down.
It's true that gold prices can fluctuate in the short term, but historically, gold has shown long-term stability. In fact, during times of economic uncertainty, gold has often acted as a safe haven asset.
So it's not about quick gains with gold, but more about preserving your wealth.
Exactly. And that's what makes gold IRAs appealing for retirees. It's about stability and security for your retirement savings.
We keep talking about gold IRAs, but what does a gold IRA look like? What do I actually own? Do I have a safe full of gold bars in my basement?
Haha, not quite. With a gold IRA, your gold is typically held in a secure IRS-approved depository.
So there's a whole system in place.
Yes. Three key components. The custodian manages your account and ensures everything's compliant with the IRS.
Okay.
Then there's the gold itself, which has to meet IRS requirements, specific types of bars and coins. And finally, the self-directed aspect gives you more control over your investment choices.
So it's not just buying gold. There are rules.
Right. That's why it's crucial to choose a reputable and knowledgeable gold IRA provider. They'll guide you through the process and make sure you're investing in IRS-approved gold.
So finding the right provider is key. It sounds like choosing a financial advisor, someone you can trust.
Absolutely. And that's where our free checklist can be helpful at goldirablueprint.com/exclusive. It highlights key factors to consider when choosing a provider: reputation fees, customer service.
Very helpful, I bet. So why gold? What is it about gold that makes it potentially good for retirement?
That's a great question. And it takes us back to why gold has been valuable for centuries.
Let's dive into that. What makes gold special?
One of the biggest arguments for gold is its ability to hedge against inflation. As the cost of living rises, gold has historically held its value and often appreciated.
Like a protection against losing your savings.
Exactly. When inflation is high, you need more dollars to buy the same things, but the value of gold tends to rise during those periods, offsetting the loss of purchasing power from your dollar-denominated assets.
Interesting. So gold has a natural resistance to inflation.
That's a great way to put it. And it's this quality of gold that has made it a store of value for millennia.
It's fascinating how gold has kept its value throughout history, even as financial systems change.
It really speaks to its intrinsic worth, and this inherent value is something we'll explore further when we talk about gold's historical performance.
Okay, great. This is good information to know. I think it's really important to understand this before we dive into the specifics of gold IRAs.
I agree. It's about seeing the bigger picture, the historical context.
And that brings us back to gold IRAs and their role in securing your golden years. But there's so much more to unpack. We're just getting started.
Welcome back.
So we're diving deeper into gold IRAs and how they can help you safeguard your retirement.
Yeah, in this segment, we're going to get into actually setting up a gold IRA, making it a reality.
Perfect, because I'm sure a lot of people are wondering how to actually do this. Where do you even begin?
Well, the first step is choosing a custodian.
Okay, we talked about custodians earlier, the financial institutions that manage your account. What should you look for when choosing one?
You want a custodian with a good reputation, transparent fees, and excellent customer service. It's kind of like choosing a bank. You want one you trust with your money.
Makes sense.
Right.
So once you have a custodian, what's next?
You open a self-directed IRA account with them. This type of IRA lets you hold alternative assets like physical gold. It gives you more control.
So it's specifically for gold.
Right. It's the framework for holding gold in a tax-advantaged retirement account.
Got it. The account's set up. How do you actually get the gold into the account?
You can fund your self-directed IRA in a few ways. You can transfer funds from an existing IRA or 401k or make direct contributions.
Okay, so there's some flexibility there. And once it's funded, you buy the gold.
Yep, that's the exciting part. But it has to be IRS-approved gold, usually coins or bars. Your custodian can help you choose.
Like a gold concierge, making sure you're following the rules.
Exactly. And after you've bought the gold, the custodian arranges for it to be stored in an IRS-approved depository.
These depositories are like Fort Knox, right? Super secure.
Haha. They're not quite Fort Knox, but they are highly secure facilities. They have really strict protocols to protect your investment.
Okay, good. So my gold isn't just sitting in some random vault somewhere.
Exactly. These facilities are audited and insured for extra security.
That's good to know. So we've chosen a custodian, opened the account, funded, it bought the gold, and it's safely stored. What's next? Just wait for it to go up in value.
You definitely want your gold to appreciate, but it's not completely hands-off. It's good to stay informed about the gold market, understand what affects prices, and talk to your custodian or financial advisor every so often.
So you have to keep an eye on things.
It's like any investment. It's good to be aware of market trends and make adjustments.
What about taxes? How are gold IRAs taxed?
It's similar to traditional IRAs. Your contributions might be tax deductible, and your earnings grow tax deferred until you withdraw them in retirement.
There's the same tax advantages as other IRAs.
Yep, which is a big plus. But you should know the rules about distributions, especially before retirement age.
Can you just take the gold out whenever you want?
Not really. There are rules about withdrawals, just like with traditional IRAs. You can start taking distributions without penalty when you're 59 and a half.
So patience is key.
Exactly, like any retirement account. But there are exceptions, so talk to a financial advisor if you have specific questions.
Okay, good to know. You mentioned earlier that choosing a reputable provider is super important. With all the scams out there, how can people protect themselves?
Yeah, that's crucial. You need to watch out for companies that pressure you, guarantee crazy returns, or use those pushy sales tactics.
Right, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is.
Exactly. Transparency is also key. If a provider won't tell you about their fees, their storage, or the gold they offer, that's a bad sign.
Sounds like you have to really do your research.
Absolutely. Check their ratings with the Better Business Bureau. Look at reviews online. Ask for references.
It's your retirement we're talking about. You can't be too careful.
Right. And for those who want a step-by-step guide, our free checklist at goldirablueprint.com/exclusive has great tips on evaluating gold IRA companies.
That checklist sounds like a must-have. So we've covered how to set up and manage a gold IRA. Now I want to hear more about why gold is so valuable for retirement. What are the specific benefits? Welcome back to the Gold IRA Blueprint podcast.
Yeah, we're wrapping up our deep dive into gold IRAs and why they're so valuable for securing your retirement.
We've covered a lot of ground,
Yeah.
the basics of gold IRAs, how to set one up.
Yeah, and the importance of choosing a reputable provider and understanding taxes.
Right. But now let's talk about the benefits of gold as a retirement asset,
Yeah, it's not just about diversification, it's about the unique qualities of gold.
like its role as a hedge against inflation.
Exactly. That's a major reason to consider gold for your retirement portfolio.
You said that gold tends to keep its value when inflation goes up. Can you explain why that is?
It's because gold has intrinsic value. It's a tangible asset with a limited supply. Unlike paper currencies, gold can't just be printed out of thin air.
So its value isn't tied to what central banks do or how the stock market is doing.
Exactly. Gold has always been a safe haven during uncertain times because it doesn't react to inflation like currencies do.
It's like having something real with real worth that can protect you when the dollar's value drops.
A great way to put it, it's like an anchor in a stormy sea.
So protection from inflation check. What other benefits does gold have?
Well, it also performs well during market downturns. When stocks and bonds are losing value, gold usually keeps its value or even goes up.
It's a counterbalance to the stock market.
Precisely. And that can really protect your retirement savings from those sudden drops.
Yeah, that peace of mind is priceless, especially as you get closer to retirement.
Absolutely. Knowing that you have a portion of your savings in an asset that's historically weathered those storms.
And it's not just about protecting what you have. Gold can also grow, right?
That's right. While we can't guarantee future results, gold has a tendency to increase in value over time.
So it's not just a safety net. It can help your savings grow.
Exactly. With gold, you have the potential for both stability during bad times and growth over the long term.
A winning combination, especially for building a retirement fund that can last.
And that brings us back to diversification, which is so important for a strong retirement plan.
Yeah, you mentioned that diversification is important for other things too, not just investments.
Yeah, absolutely. Like retirement income. It's good to have multiple sources, not just Social Security. Think about pensions, annuities, even rental income.
Like streams feeding into a river to keep the water flowing.
Exactly. And just like diversifying income, you should diversify your health coverage. Medicare is great, but it doesn't cover everything. Look into supplemental options to be prepared for medical expenses.
Yeah, health costs can be scary in retirement, so it's important to be covered.
And while we're talking about protecting your finances, don't forget about budgeting and saving, even in retirement.
I guess it's easy to think you can spend freely in retirement, but you still need to be smart.
Yeah, make a budget. Track your spending and keep saving if you can. It'll pay off.
So retirement isn't the finish line, it's a new marathon.
Exactly. You got to pace yourself.
This has been great. We've covered so much from the benefits of gold to how to plan for retirement.
And if you want to learn more about gold IRAs, be sure to download our free checklist at goldirablueprint.com/exclusive. It'll help you choose the right gold IRA company.
That checklist is a great tool to help you make smart decisions for your retirement savings.
And as we finish up, I want to leave you with this thought. Retirement is not an ending. It's a new beginning full of possibilities.
Well said. Thanks for being with us on this journey into gold IRAs and retirement planning.
Remember, knowledge is power. When you take control of your finances and plan ahead, you can create a retirement that truly shines.
Thanks for listening, and until next time, happy